welcome back. I'm Julie, keeper of my home. If you're new to my channel, welcome. We are at the end of the 2024 Pantry Challenge. On this evening for dinner, we are having some barbecue baked beans that we pulled out of the freezer, some meat, fried onions, and some homemade bread, toasted. We are still trying to clean that freezer out, but we're getting there. We're making headway. So this is the next night. I actually have very few I don't know if I have any breakfast in this video, actually. It is February vacation, so the kids are home, and yeah, that should say it all right there. Okay, so on this night, we are making our own chicken fingers. We've been doing that for a long time. I will leave the recipes for everything in my newsletter. You can sign up for that. Just go to the link in my description box below this video and follow the prompts. Now, these are some really good chicken fingers. I have to say, my husband is sold on them. He literally likes them better than store-bought, and that is a huge win for me because he's tough. He's tough to, some things he really likes from the store, and he's hard to pull away from. But I've won this battle. These are really super good. The kids love them, and I think you are going to love them as well. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the saying, necessity is the mother of all invention. Well, we needed an invention here in this meal because we had nothing for a dipping sauce. And we only realized that partway through making these. So my husband had the fancy idea of grabbing a jar of peaches from our pantry in the basement. We took the can of jar of peaches, pulled out a few of them, chopped them up. I think I actually ended up doing the entire jar. I chopped them up and we made a sauce out of them, a dipping sauce. Just chopped them finely. I used the juice. I poured that into a pan. I thickened it with a little bit of, I think it was arrowroot powder. I did the juice separate from the peaches. I didn't put it all into the pot to thicken it because I didn't want to heat the peaches up because they've already been heated. They're canned. So I didn't want to make them mushier. So that's why I did it that way. Then I added the juice that had been thickened to the peaches and stirred that all up. And it was the most amazing dipping sauce. It was sweet, it was delicious, and it did make a lot because I used the whole quart jar. But I'm going to show you where we use this dipping sauce again later on in this week. Well, later on came a lot sooner than I thought. This is the meal where we use the sauce again. Now, I am cleaning out delicata squash. We still have a few of these left. We grew these in our garden last year, and oh my gosh, they are so good. And you can eat the peel and all. So we just chop this up and pan fry it, and it makes a sweet, delicious vegetable. On this night, we are having chicken Alfredo. I'm just using jarred sauce. Joe doctors it up. He adds a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little red wine vinegar, a little bit more garlic, and he makes an amazing sauce from this. Nobody will know it's a jarred sauce. In fact, nobody did know it was a jarred sauce. I'm cooking some fusilli, something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, noodles, and it's what we have in our pantry. And this is where the extra sauce is going. I am putting the peaches, that peach sauce that we have on the chicken fingers, I'm putting that in with the delicata squash. I normally like to use apples, but this peach sauce was perfect. It was amazing. It was so good. We are definitely going to do it again. We're having some homemade bread. I'm going against all the rules. I'm slicing it hot. I never do that. You want to continue to let your bread cool because it's not quite done until it's cooled. But that's okay. It was delicious with this meal. On this night, we are having some farro in the Instant Pot. It's the quickest way to cook it, really. And we are also having a steak and some pan-fried vegetables. It's a quick and easy meal. It comes together quite fast as long as your meat is thawed. Yeah, there's nothing more I can say about this. I mean, it was just a fast meal we just threw together. Very last minute. I have to admit, I'm not the best at keeping up with mending, but every now and again, Joe has a pair of jeans or the kids have something that needs to be done, whether it's mending or hemming or something. So on this day, I got my sewing machine out and I mended a couple of holes in Joe's jeans. It's just like a straight cut, so I'm just mending that, and then I'm also putting a patch on the back side of that, just an iron-on denim patch, just to secure it, make sure that it's going to stay. I received my first sewing machine at the age of 8. It was a Christmas gift from my mom. She is a sewer, as are most of the aunts on my mom's side of the family, and I would dare say probably my father's as well. It's something I have always loved to do, but not something I make a lot of time for. I might have to start doing that though from this point forward. Once I finished up here, I really needed to have some really fun quality time with Madeline. She wanted to watch a movie on the big screen, something we usually do in the summer on our porch, but we figured out how to do it inside. So we're having some popcorn and, dipping your popcorn into hot chocolate. That's a good thing too, apparently. On this night, it was an overwhelming vote for pizzas. So you saw us, if you watched our previous video, make some galette style pizzas. The girls and Joe are having those again tonight, and I've decided to have sourdough pizza. This is just sourdough starter. There's nothing added to it. I'm just pouring it into a cast iron pan that's been oiled a little bit. And I'm adding my toppings. I love pesto. I'm not a sauce person, so I put homemade pesto on ours and all of the toppings, including some pulled pork, because the last time we had it, we saved some to have on another pizza night. It is so delicious on pizza. So we pulled that out of the freezer and we're having that on our pizza as well. This is such a quick pizza to make, and it's so good for you. Once I pour the sourdough starter in there, I just use the back of a spoon to just kind of swirl it around the pan and thin it out a little bit. It'll cook. If your pan is hot enough, it will cook. And then once it is cooked, you want to place your toppings on. Just take the pan, put it right in the oven. You're really just heating everything up and melting your cheese. That's all you need to do. It takes about 15 minutes and your pizza is done and ever so good. This is a look at Madeline's and Riley's. They loved it, and Joe's was in the oven, I believe, at this point. And then this is mine. I removed it from the oven and took it out of the cast iron pan. It doesn't stick. It just slides right out. And look at it. It was a very, very delicious pizza. Now this girl loves to bake, and she asked if she could make some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies for her mom and dad. How could I refuse that? She made these completely by herself, all of it. And on top of that, she knew the recipe. I didn't have to tell her a thing. She knew the entire recipe. So we've been baking for a long time with her. And, bake with your kids. They love doing it. They love working right alongside of you. It's just, I don't know what to say. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. I started my baking adventure when I was around 7 or 8 years old, and she started much younger than I did, and she's doing amazing.
Wow, I did it. And guess what Mommy has a picture of? It says, without God, with God, all things are possible. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because He helps us through some tough times. The best thing about cooking is you put lots of love in it. And it's fun. And it's fun to bake with your Mimi.
Our son's birthday is next week, our eldest son. 2 of our grands are up this week visiting, so we chose to have his birthday dinner on this week while all the kids were together. Now, this is Thai food, and it is a couple of recipes that our son had texted them to us that he had found and he liked, and asked if his father would make it for him. We always make whatever he wants each year, and we've had some doozies. He is the one who likes the strangest foods, but this is not so strange, so it was easy to make on this night. So this is Tom Kha Gai soup, and I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Sorry if I slaughtered it. And drunken noodles. I do have a final of the soup, and I didn't get a final of the noodles except in the little to-go cup that our daughter-in-law took with her. So I apologize for that, but we got everybody together. The kids were having so much fun and laughing and playing, and we just got so involved in conversation with our kids and just thoroughly enjoyed a night with family. So I didn't get that picture. We also had spring rolls. I didn't get that in there either. I can tell you that both dishes were enjoyed. Our son loved them. He said it was perfect, and that I am very glad of. There's still a few more days left of this month, and then we will be done the pantry challenge for this year. So until next time.